I'm happy to record this session in English. For a long time, people are telling me that I should produce content in English and create a voice and let people outside from Israel to hear my opinion and the way that I think, the philosophy and my strategic thinking. This is me. Through the content you will get to know me and you will understand how I think about things and how can I help you think about the things you do in your company and create better innovation through digital and technologies. This session specifically is based on a lecture that I've created 3 months ago. I try to take the generative AI tools in the platform and to give people the understanding what you can really do with them, what is the real value and the benefit that you can get from them, because there's a lot of talk about technical things that you can do with generative AI tools, but I wanted it to be something more profound, more strategic, and to filter the idea through the real value and the real benefit that we can get from the tools. So this session will be all based on that lecture, and the lecture was trying to imagine a use case of trend spotting fashion with generative AI. Fashion is very colorful and it's very beautiful, so it's not only something that you can learn from, you can really enjoy, and then the practical side of life and the joy side of life get together, and it's an amazing dance. So from now, everything you're going to see was created with the generative AI tools, and I want you to look that on the bottom of the slide, on each slide you will see a badge that contains the platform that I used to create this specific slide. But all through the slides you will see also an emoji of a brain. It's my brain, and this is part of my philosophy, that it's okay to think about the generative AI tools as power tools and work with them, but always we have to remind ourselves that it's a co-creation between human and the machine, and we have to work together. Very early on, when I started working with those tools and platforms, I saw that there's a lot of application. People are using it for all sorts of things. It's amazing that there's like a use case for everyone. But I've decided to look at it in two ways. And I think that maybe when you hear what I have to say, I can create a movement and create a situation where you are taking my two main things and making them yours as well, because they are very important. So the first one is when you're using the tools in the right way, and this is very important because there's a learning curve and you have to invest in order to work with those tools very good. But when you're doing that and when you're investing, it comes with a lot of asset and a lot of capabilities, and you can create real productivity from using the platform and tools. And this is very important because we are talking all the time about efficiency. I like to talk more about productivity, because I really think that thinking about productivity is creating more with the resource that you have. In order to grow, in order to be sustainable, you have to think like that. And thinking about shrinking usually means that you can never grow, and this is the right way to look at using those tools as productivity tools. The second one is even more important, and this is something that I worked a lot and perfect the way that we can use those tools and platform, I really think, and I really created a methodology and a way of thinking about it, that if you are working in the right way with the tools, you can embed them inside innovation processes. You can create a better innovation process by using the tools. Of course, you can obviously take the productivity and put it inside the innovation process. It works together like a superpower. So I hinted before, and I talked about it a little bit before, and told you that in most of my slides will be with this little icon of brain, emoji brain. And it's not for nothing, because it's exactly my philosophy. I think that we as human beings, we are one of a kind. We are very unique. We are a creature of innovation and storytelling and imagination. It's not for nothing that I decided to put Karl Lagerfeld here, although he's not with us anymore. He's one of the icon leaders of the fashion world, and this is a session about fashion. You will see that very soon. And Karl is really one of a kind. It's like fingerprint. You can't duplicate it, you can't replicate it, you can't do a lot of Karls. And on the other end, you have those large language models, LLM, and they are not called for like that for nothing, because they are based on a lot of data, mountains of data. They say that OpenAI scanned and scraped the internet for more than 17 billion web pages to create this large language model, ChatGPT. And we as human beings can never consume so much information and so much data. And the mix between the uniqueness of a human being and the creative side and the ability of the large language models to contain and to consume so much data and information can create real magic. I don't know if you know this diagram. It's called the double diamond, and it's not new. It was created in 2005 by an entity that's called the Design Council in the UK. It's an organization that deals with everything to do with design thinking and innovation process. They iterated that exact graph to something that's more complex in 2019, but I still like the original one because it's very simple to understand, and even if you don't know it, it's really simple to see what's going on here and to understand the innovation process. So you have two diamonds. The first diamond is the problem space or the opportunity space, and this is the diamond where you think about the discover and the define. The second diamond is the solution space, and this is the part when you think about the develop and the deliver. But when we look at the numbers and we look at the data, we see that there is a problem, and it comes with a cost, because over the years, and this is not new, it's from the end of 2017, but the problem only grew because we are in a bad economy. We have a lot of crises, wars, and disease, and all sorts of things. And all the time we hear around us that we are in a bad economy, the inflation is rising, efficiency. And you see that through those years, from 2017 to now, the problem is only growing, where when we deal with innovation processes, the first diamond gets really neglected. It's under indexed. You see there's really little investment in the first diamond and much more in the second diamond, the develop and the deliver. And this problem, like I told you, it comes with a cost, because it means that we are not researching enough for behaviors, for people needs. We don't understand enough the market that we are trying to tackle and the ecosystem that's around. And what it means is that we produce a lot of solutions that no one really cares about, and they are not a product market fit. And this is a big problem. When we're looking only on the startup industry, which I know so well because I come from Israel and it's like the startup nation of the world, we see that 90% of them fail. It's not in Israel, it's around the world. And actually those numbers are even very flattering, because the real numbers are around 1 to 3% that succeed. It means that all the other ones created solutions for things that no one really cares about, no one really needs. And it means a lot of resource that is wasted, a lot of time, a lot of money, of course. And it also means that we are creating a lot of solutions that are not right and not fitted to the people needs. And that's exactly the first diamond that gets neglected. We are not investing enough in the discover and define. My opinion is that those tools represent the future, and the future is already here. We don't have time to wait for to learn and to understand the future. It's something that comes with a sense of urgency. We have to think about it, and how can we implement those tools to the way that we create innovation. Because this is specific my thinking and my insight for you. I think that those tools can create a new muscle, a new capability. It can overcome a lot of problems like the lack of time and the lack of ability, the skill set, and the lack of resource. And if you work in the right way with those tools, you can create a better process for anything to do with your innovation. I created through this year a methodology, and this is an illustration from above. The first thing, I think that it's like a new world of helpers and new employees who can help us. And every time when I start a new project, I start with a brief. I like to work with GPT, and it's very specific to say that I work with GPT-4. There's a huge difference between GPT 3.5 and 4. It's something completely different. And I think that OpenAI and ChatGPT are far ahead than the other competitors. So I start my brief with ChatGPT. From there, I go always and try to mingle and try to get results from another platform. So I try, for example, Bard from Google. It's also free, you don't have to pay, so you can compete between the platforms and understand the results you get. Every time I return to ChatGPT, because on the platform you have those plugins. It's like the new App Store on the GPT ecosystem that can create a situation where you get a lot of power through those plugins. For example, Metaphor, it's plugin that provides you with very reliable resources of research and all sorts of content that you need. It creates a situation where there's not so much hallucination, and you get a lot of good content for your research. You have Notable. It's a plugin that creates documents and graphs and pies, everything you can extract from data. And it's amazing for someone like me that don't know how to create heat maps or graphs or pies. And you have, it's like a full world of all sorts of add-ons that you have on the platform that empowers the platform of ChatGPT and brings you a lot of value. From there, if I want to go deep, I go to specific platforms that were born for this specific assignment and this specific task. Venturous AI, for example, is a platform that was created on OpenAI, but it's fully dedicated to create research, and it gives you deep analysis, business analysis, all sorts of strategic thinking from all sorts of and methodology from all sorts of sides. And there's also Dectopus. It's a platform that creates deck slides for someone that don't know how to create the rhythm and how to tell a storytelling. This is the starting point for your presentation. There's my brain again, and I want to tell you that when I look at Microsoft and see what they are telling the world and their storytelling, it's very compelling from my side, because they are saying that those tools are a co-pilot to your workplace and to everything that you do. And I really agree, because like I said before, I think our brain is the main pilot, the main architect, and we always have to remember that we are the conductor, we are the main pilot, and those tools are just, like Microsoft are saying, are co-pilots. Through those months, I really understood the meaning of design and visualization. And through those platforms, you get to be very empowered by using design and visualization. I want to tell you that every month we have like 1,000 new companies and new application, and I really urge you not to learn all of them. I think that we have to think about those platforms, really fall in love in some of them, and try to go very deep to understand them. So those are my preferred platforms. I work with DID, and I will show you what you can do with them. It's a platform to create talking heads from photos that you're creating, and it's like a visualization in video. It's an Israeli startup, so kudos for us. Midjourney, my preferred platform for creating imaging. It's getting all the time better, and I'm getting all the time better on Midjourney. It's an amazing platform, but always I use two more platforms like Stable Diffusion and Lexica. So I get to compare, like I do with ChatGPT and Bard. I get to compare from Midjourney and other platforms, and I decide in the end the best result that can help me with my pitch and my presentation. I think that the design and visualization are strategic powers. You sell things, you can promote your imagination, your ideas much better when you are creating a visual format. People can understand much better your ideas through visualization, and this is why it's so important to learn those platforms. And in the end, the final cut, the presentation, it's again, the main platform is my brain. I take all of the content that I created and all of the information, visually, video or text, and I combine them together as the final presentation. And this is only my brain that can create that. It's really important not to look for this button to press and some technology will replace you and do things for you. It's really important to understand the co-creation between human and machine, like I told you before with Carr and Lagerfeld and the large language models. So sorry for that. Every time I have to apologize, because when you're going into those platforms and if you are falling in love, it's like down the rabbit hole. You get you fall in love and you can never go back. So this is something you should keep in mind. when I try to understand a project like that, the future of fashion, I try to imagine Trendspotting in the fashion industry 5 years or more from now. All the time I remind myself that we have to look to the future, but before we have to look back to the history. And I asked ChatGPT to tell me what kind of fashion was here 50 years ago. And he gave me a lot of answers. I took the answers and I put it on Midjourney and told her to describe visually some of the results that I got from ChatGPT, and those are the things that I got. And I want to show you why it's so important, because the history, it keeps repeating itself a lot of times, and it's like a metadata that we can use to create the trends of the future. So I watched something on the Israeli television a few months ago, and I saw this person, Rona Lee. She's an amazing actor and dancer, and she does a lot of things, and she was wearing that for this Israeli show, and it's exactly that kind of theme from 50 years ago that came back to the future, to 2023. I think when I do those things that we should look at those platforms like playground, like a very curious little child, and experiment a lot with the tools, so we get to break the ceiling, the ice ceiling that we have from everything to do with creativity. And this is something that I did after I took Kim Kardashian, told Midjourney to describe Kim Kardashian for me, and she described what she sees in the photo. And I took one of the descriptions and told her, okay, now imagine it 10 years from now, and this is what she gave me. I did the same with Jennifer Lopez. And this is the imagination of Midjourney of young Jennifer Lopez 10 years from now. It's like sustainable colors, says something about one of the trends that we will talk about. I like to show that every time we are dealing with the digital world, we can't neglect the physical world. I'm a creator. I like to write. I like to create content. I draw. I animate. But the main thing I understood is that I can co-create between my physical creation and my digital abilities that I get through platforms like Midjourney. So this is like an inspiration page where you see all sorts of experiment that I have done. When I start drawing offline, then I let Midjourney to complete my thinking and my drawing, or the other way around, and you get a mix between Zohar and Midjourney together. You can never know which one is Zohar and which one is Midjourney. It's a real co-creation between the two, and those are the things that let you try to think like a child, be very curious, break the creative ceiling, really enjoy the process, and then get to the real stuff and the real solution. So I do that a lot. On Midjourney you have, for example, this feature that's called blend, and I invented this car, and then I invented another car, and I blended them together, and I got this car. Maybe this will be the Tesla of 2050, who knows. And I created this, it's like Alexa, and I created this, like a birdhouse, and I put them together, and I got this weird birdhouse inside an Alexa device. It's really important to understand that it doesn't really have to have every time a meaning. It's a lot of joy and fun, that you can create with the machine. And from there, your brain is like a spaghetti. It starts to think differently. It starts to break that ceiling that we were talking about before. Also, I try to create those goggles and the birdhouse, put them together, something really weird. Or these goggles with a smart lock for your house, and maybe this is the smart locker that we will have in the future. And really, you can go very far. I try to create this food processing method that you can monitor your food and put it inside your shoes, and maybe your food will be able to monitor your food in the future. And I did another session with that. It's really enjoying and really having a lot of fun with the machine. And from there, you get to really think about the important things that you can extract from this process. Every time you have to remind yourself that with dealing with creativity and dealing with innovation, it's all about storytelling and the way that we are telling a compelling storytelling. And I think that sentence that caught my eyes on LinkedIn says a lot about there's like debate, is AI going to replace us? And they wrote that to replace graphic designers with AI, clients will need to accurately describe what they want. We are safe, that the designers are safe. And that's exactly the point. Very early on, I understood that the questions are much more important than the answers. And when we are dealing with the machines, we have to think what we are asking. We have to be the storyteller. We have to think creatively, and the results that we get from the machine really depends on the questions that you're asking the machine to create for you. And that's why it's so important to understand the questions and the co-creation between the machine and the human being. So I want to show you how can a brief like that look like. I created the brief with ChatGPT, created this image of this fashionista Pixar style on Midjourney, and I put them together on DID, and this is the video of the brief, so it will be more joyful and you will understand my way of thinking.
I want you to create a forecast for the next 5 years. What will be the main trends in the world of fashion? How will it affect and be affected by the different smells, colors, touch, music, the 5 senses? How will the fashion companies know how to identify trend spotting? And how will the clothing stores look? Will the brands of the future be more attentive to the environment and push for recycling and secondhand solutions? What will the world of fast fashion look like? Will we see a slowdown in the trend because of the environmental issue? Is there a possibility of more local production?
So you can see that the brief is not very long, but it has all the elements so I can get a better answer. And when I get the answer from ChatGPT, what I do, and like I showed you on my illustration of my methodology, I go to Venturous AI. I let Venturous AI to see the brief that I got and the results from ChatGPT. And from Venturous AI, I can create a business analysis. It created 40 long document pages, so I'm not going to really share that here. But all through the presentation, what you're going to see was created based on the things that I got from Venturous AI and the business analysis that I got from Venturous AI. And I had also a lot of fun by thinking about how can we extract from the data visualization of word tag. This is what you see, things that you can create with ChatGPT. And from there, I got the trends, 10 trends that I wanted to focus on. You see on the bottom of the slide, there's this badge that we talked about before, and it has a lot of platforms. You have here ChatGPT, Midjourney, Bard, My Brain, of course, Venturous AI, and Dectopus. It looks a little bit frightening, but don't be scared, because really, when you go deep inside those platforms, when you get to be an expert, you get to mingle between the platforms, no-brainer. It's like a cockpit. You have all those platforms open, and you know how to use them one by one in the right way and at the right time. So those are the 10 trends, and really from now I told myself that in order to tell you the story of the trends, maybe I will bring another fashionista, and she will tell you the story for me. So this is the fashionista. I created her again on Midjourney, and I had all those trends from the platforms that we talked before, and I want her to present the trends that we are going to see all through the presentation.
As a spokesperson for future trends, I'm excited to share the transformative shifts we anticipate in the fashion industry over the next 5 years. Sensory fashion, we foresee a future where fashion transcends visual appeal, becoming a multisensory experience. Imagine clothing that not only looks good, but also engages your senses of touch, smell, and even sound. We're talking about fabrics with distinctive textures, garments infused with soothing scents, and apparel that creates a unique auditory experience when worn. Color psychology, the strategic use of color will become more prevalent in fashion. Brands will curate collections around colors that evoke specific emotions or states of mind, creating a deeper emotional connection between the wearer and the garment. Sound and music influence. Music has always been a powerful influencer in fashion, and this trend will continue to evolve. Expect to see innovative collaborations between musicians and fashion brands, resulting in unique, music-inspired collections that resonate with diverse audiences. Tech-enabled personalization. The future of fashion is personalized. Leveraging AI and machine learning, brands will offer hyper-personalized experiences, tailoring recommendations based on a customer's past purchases, preferences, and even their mood. Sustainable fashion. As consumers become more environmentally conscious, the fashion industry will respond by prioritizing sustainable practices. This means using eco-friendly materials, promoting recycling, and reducing waste in the production process. Rise of secondhand fashion. The secondhand market is set to flourish as more consumers embrace pre-loved fashion. We anticipate even high-end brands entering this space, further reducing the stigma around secondhand clothing. Local production. In an effort to reduce carbon footprint and support local economies, we predict a shift towards more local production. This could lead to a resurgence of local fashion trends and styles, celebrating cultural diversity and craftsmanship. Slow fashion. The slow fashion movement, which prioritizes quality over quantity, will gain momentum. Consumers will invest in fewer, but higher quality pieces that last longer, challenging the fast fashion model. Virtual fashion. As virtual reality and digital platforms become more mainstream, we foresee growth in virtual fashion. This means digital clothing that can be worn in virtual spaces, opening up new avenues for self-expression. Trendspotting through data. Data will play a crucial role in trendspotting. Brands will leverage data analytics and AI to spot trends early, analyzing social media data, online search trends, and customer feedback to predict what consumers will want next. These trends represent a dynamic shift in the fashion industry, making it more sustainable, personalized, and experiential. We look forward to seeing these predictions come to life in the coming years. Let's all see what Zohar created in a presentation on the trends of the future of fashion. It's going to be really fun.
So like I told you, this was part 1 of the lecture, and I hope you enjoyed and learned and had a lot of fun with colorful imagination and things that we can do with generative AI tools. I will be back with the second part, and it will be interesting as much as that one, maybe even more, and see you then.